Watching shares of Expedia and Uber this morning. A Financial Times report said that Uber has explored a possible bid for the travel booking website. That report says that Uber approached advisors in recent months after the idea of acquiring Expedia was broached by a third party. Obviously, very interesting deal because of Dara Khosrowshahi, who's the head at Uber, who used to be the head at Expedia and still is a non-executive member of the board there. But joining us right now to talk about it is Dan Ives. He's managing director at Wedbush Securities. And Dan, again, very interesting deal. What do you think of it?
I mean, I think this would be a major strategic home run for Uber. I mean, right now, this is them going on the offensive. They're trying to expand their tentacles. You look at Expedia, that would fit in extremely well and really give them, I think, massive monetization opportunities. This is one that makes a lot of sense, I think, every which way.
The market may not agree with you initially, knee-jerk reaction. Uber shares down by about 3.3%. We don't know anything about this. This is very early days. Nobody knows how this deal would work, if they'd actually go ahead with it, what they would pay, and maybe that's the biggest question. Makes sense at what price, you think?
Look, I mean, I think for Uber, I mean, this can make sense even 15, 20, 25% higher at Expedia, because I think you look at some of the revenue synergies that they could get from this. I mean, this is something that could really, I think, change the revenue trajectory of Uber because of the cross-sell. I think clearly what Dara is going after, they're now on offensive mode. You go back a few years ago, cost-cutting, strategically defensive mode. I mean, they have a massive mojo, and they're just gaining more and more share. You look at what they could acquire. I think they're going to be on the hunt for M&A. Expedia, I think front and center, that would fit like a glove into the strategy.
Dan, explain to me why you think it would fit like a glove. I understand the concept of super app. I made the argument for one earlier, but I could also make the argument that these things work just as well independently of each other.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, I view this is one step toward a super app, and no different than what we see in Asia, throughout, especially in China. The super app concept is where Uber's going. And then even to take it broader, when you think about more and more competition down the road, whether it's from Tesla and from others, Uber right now is trying to just build more and more of a moat. And this is just going further and further toward a super app concept. And I think that's something where maybe knee-jerk the stock would be down, but I think investors will like the strategy. Right now, Uber has massive momentum. This is the time to go aggressive on M&A, not sit in the right lane going 40 miles an hour. Well,
I guess the question I'm asking you, is this a financial deal insofar as you think you can buy Expedia at a good price and improve what it's doing and hopefully generate additional sales because you're going to have more people that you're able to leverage off the Uber app to other places into the Expedia universe? Would that be the sort of basic argument, or do you actually think there's genuine synergies between these two businesses that are ongoing, which is to say what percentage, therefore, of Uber users do you think are traveling meaningfully and would be using this app to make all these bookings?
Well, I think there could be 10 to 15% revenue synergies just in terms of how many Uber customers are ultimately using Expedia apps. I think when you think about it, this is really Uber trying more and more to be a one-stop shop when it comes to travel. And maybe a few years ago, they were a little hesitant. Now is the time they're going on the offensive. And when you look at Expedia, there's no other asset, and especially when it would be like bringing the band back together. You're just giving Darren, no one knows Expedia better than him. And this is something on every metric that I think would make a ton of sense from an M&A perspective and clearly be their biggest M&A deal ever.
If you didn't buy this, what would you buy?
I think if you don't buy this, they're going to have to ultimately go more and more down the autonomous route. I mean, obviously partner with Waymo. That's going to be strategically what they're focused on. There's some small other deals that they could do. But in terms of globally, what they're going after, I think there's only one company that sticks out here. It's Expedia.